Welcome back to my channel, The Blooming Earth. Today, let's visit the robot Moses Niagara Power Plant, which is near the Niagara Falls. It was an awesome experience for me visiting such a big dam and a power plant.
And this is just water. Oh, and you need to take her Beretta off.
Oh, yeah, good idea. I need sunglasses off too.
More fun. Behind the blue line.
We know.
Behind the blue. This is Lizzie.
Hi, Lizzie.
Okay, get a little closer, Liz. Behind the blue line. There you are.
Okay, wait. Don't touch it.
Listen for instructions, okay?
Yep. So you're the first. Literally. Okay, you ready, Lizzie? Put your hands on the ball. Okay, so we're just testing. This is only a test. Please work, please work.
Water in her hair?
Yep, please work.
We got it on the map. Shake your head. Shake your head,
Oh,
Lizzie.
shake your head, Lizzie. Shake your head. Shake your head, Lizzie. Lizzie, look up. Look up. Look down. Lizzie, look all around. Look all around, Lizzie. Okay. Look. Smile through your mask. Smile through your mask. No. Keep your hands on the ball. 1, 2, 3, release. Let go. Freeze. Okay, and then I need you to touch the wall. Touch the wall. She still has a charge to her.
Yeah, and then your hair.
Yeah.
Electricity. Ever wonder what life would be like without it? Probably kind of dark and boring. Now think of all the things you can do with just a flip of a switch. Or a tap of a button. It's amazing. Every day, in a million different ways, electricity totally changes our lives. We banish darkness with light. We share ideas with our best friends and bring smiles to our faces. Our whole existence seems to depend upon this totally invisible thing, yet we barely even notice it's there until, well, it's gone. So who makes this stuff, electricity, that we can't live without? How does it get to you and me? And what will it be like in the future when I'm grown up? A lot of the energy we use in New York comes from out here in the Great Lakes. A long time ago, during the Ice Age, these lakes were covered by gigantic glaciers. Then, around 12,000 years ago, these glaciers all melted. The water they left behind now powers our lives. Before water becomes electricity, it needs another ingredient: gravity. Gravity tugs and pulls Lake Erie into the Niagara River. Over time, the river eroded away rocks and dirt, making it so the water can pick up more and more energy. How much energy? About this much! So how does all this incredible energy get from here, all the way over to here, or here, or here? Well, this is where the New York Power Authority, or NYPA, comes in. NYPA is the largest state-run utility in the United States. It provides about a fifth of all of New York's power and nearly half of that from the largest dam east of the Mississippi. The Niagara Power Project. You know, the thing you're sitting on top of right now.
I am Chris Carey, the Operations Superintendent at the Niagara Power Project near Niagara Falls, New York. In my day-to-day job, I spend a lot of time to make sure we're in a position to keep the plant running. Electricity is made from the Robert Moses Dam by pulling water off of the Niagara River. It comes through 2 underground conduits into our forebay. From our forebay, it travels down through the plant to generate power.
And that's the simple way of putting it. To find out how they do this, we'll have to back up a little. You see, before the river gets to the falls, NYPA diverts a huge amount of water into 2 gigantic underground tunnels. They're right there under those 2 towers. The tunnels are big enough to drive 6 cars through, which the workers did before the tunnels were filled with water. The tunnels carry NYPA's hidden river underneath the streets, schools, and golf courses of the city of Niagara Falls.
And you could be hitting your first ball off the 9th hole, and you could have water flowing under you that's making its way to this power plant.
Then it exits here, in the forebay, just above the power plant. NYPA then pumps some of the water uphill into this reservoir.
You could say it's like a huge battery pack or a huge fuel storage device. Our fuel is water. The reservoir will hold 20 billion gallons of water.
Now it's time to turn nature's raw power into electrical power. First, the water from the reservoir passes through the Lewiston Pump Generating Plant, where it produces a small amount of power. The water then travels down the forebay to the Robert Moses Power Plant. Now it's time to make some serious power.
Gravity is the magic component in this whole thing. It's all gravity that's dropping water down, and that's what's spinning the turbines.
The water enters the penstocks where it free falls for about the length of a football field. Then the water whooshes through the turbines.
It's amazing to see a whole piece of equipment that's close to 1,000 tons that's spinning at 120 RPM.
Inside the turbine is a magnetic field that rotates around a coil. This creates alternating fields of current that we call electricity.
At any given time, we can put out 2,675 megawatts of power.
That's enough to power over 2.6 million homes. Makes me dizzy just thinking about it. The men and women who run the power plant are always tweaking things. More power on hot days, a little less on cool ones. Then, when it's extremely cold, they're out on the river clearing away ice.
Where we're running 24/7, 365. Water is constantly flowing over the falls. Christmas morning, Thanksgiving morning, we have people here working and keeping the plant going.
The work never ends when you're keeping the state of New York in business. The amount of energy that nature possesses is mind-boggling, and NYPA harnesses just a tiny bit of it. The Niagara Power Project is only the beginning. NYPA also generates hydropower at the St. Lawrence Franklin D. Roosevelt plant, at Blenheim Gilboa, and a whole bunch of other small plants. And it's the best kind of energy, clean energy. Now, NYPA doesn't deliver its power directly to you and me. Instead, it sends it to big companies, schools, and local utilities. These local energy companies then send the power to your home. To get it there, NYPA's power must first enter the world's biggest machine, the U.S. electrical grid. Think of it as a kind of nervous system. Buzzing with super high voltage from Niagara to Canada, from Florida to the Rockies. Zooming through the Adirondacks, the Catskills, and out to Long Island. The electricity NYPA makes powers customers across the state. And the people who manage NYPA's part of the machine work close by, in central New York. They're like traffic cops, except they're directing traffic traveling at the speed of light. Every few seconds, they use math to control the traffic, making sure the whole system is in balance. So that means NYPA needs to make just enough power to match the amount of power needed by its customers. It's a never-ending balancing act, 24/7. And then there are the people who do the real balancing act.
My name is Mark Leo. I am the supervisor of the line department.
NYPA linemen. Their job is to inspect, clean, and repair more than 1,400 miles of transmission lines.
To be a good lineman, number one, you can't be afraid of heights. There is a tremendous amount of respect for electricity once you come into this career.
The outlets in your home are 120 volts. Up here, it can reach 765,000 volts.
So you're looking at a power line, you don't see electricity going through, you don't know if it's even on. But once you get up there and start touching it with these extended work tools and sticks, and you hear it, you hear the buzzing, you hear the crackling, you see the arc that you draw, it makes you realize exactly what you've got yourself into. You work safe, and you make sure everybody else works safe around you, and everybody kind of looks out for each other.
We're pretty dependent upon these guys. And everyone that works at NYPA throughout the entire state of New York. If something goes wrong, somewhere, anywhere in the North American grid, it could be lights out. That's why energy in the future has to be smarter, more reliable, and a whole lot cooler. Humans have always found ways to harness the natural world for energy. NYPA is working to create more clean energy every day. Like they helped to build this big solar farm at the University at Buffalo. It supplies a whole lot of clean power needed on campus. And solar panels are just scratching the surface when it comes to clean power and natural resources in the world. There's also wind power from wind farms, electric cars that run on batteries that we will charge at our homes with a flip of a switch. In the future, each of us might run our own power plant, bite-sized power, produced in our homes, our workplaces.
The future of electricity is changing before our eyes as we speak. I'm Gil Quinones. I'm the press sure instead of just a one-way flow of electricity, it will be a multi-flow where consumers like homes and businesses are going to be producing their own power and injecting power back to the grid. The future grid will be what I would call an integrated grid, where there are more distributed resources. So solar panels on roofs, electric cars, batteries, smarter appliances, smarter building electrical and mechanical systems interacting with the big grid. And that is a completely different structure than what we have today. It is going to be an exciting future for the electricity business.
So someday soon, solar panels on Kira's house will power Jamal's electric car. Josh's school will light up Kirsten's office. And Gabriel's trash might crank up the sound at Maria's concert.
This grid is going to be so smart. It will figure out where power is coming from and where it needs to go. And if part of the grid crashes, no problem. The grid will just reroute the power. Power to the people, from the people.
We'll also find new ways to conserve electricity so we won't need to make so much in the first place. It will be up to kids like us to make our future reliable and totally sustainable. So when we reach out to flip a switch or tap a button, the dedicated men and women of Niagara and NYPA will be working 24/7 to make sure that the energy we need will always be there. Clean energy that flows from the magnificent Lake Erie to the mighty Niagara River, all the way to here, the Niagara Power Project.
That was an awesome experience to be in this place and learn a lot of scientific things. It's a very good place for kids to learn their science. Hope you have enjoyed this scientific experimental episode of this power plant. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon. You can also scan me by using this barcode. See you again in next exciting episode. Thanks for watching with the Blooming Earth. Until then, take care. Bye.